Hello everyone. I want to first correct a falsehood on my channel concerning the Qantas whistleblower video that I uploaded a few weeks ago on August 1st, 2020. It turns out the alleged Qantas whistleblower who went by the name Steven was in fact a deceiver. He was a pitiful globe propagandist, lying his way to discredit me and the others who have come forward on my channel. Kudos to those of you who caught it right away. Once I found out, I quickly deleted the video, but I can't undo all the damage that he did, and for that I am truly sorry. These globe propagandists are simply evil. They can't win with logic, evidence, and reason, but instead resort to deception and shillery. At the end of the Qantas video, I explicitly urged everyone to use their own discernment in determining whether Qantas Steven was telling the truth. But I should have figured out that he was a liar much more quickly, and for that, I truly apologize. I do find it ironic, though, that in that same video, I pointed out how the globe propagandists lie, and they lie often. Deception is their modus operandi. Here's that little clip from the Qantas video. They wouldn't have to lie if the globe were real, but as I have proven here repeatedly, they lie, and they lie often, as shown here in this PBS deception. I am just going to read Steven's emails. I guess that didn't bother Qantas Steven at all. I want to continue to keep my channel open to others who have key information regarding the globe deception, but by opening my channel up, the liars may slither their way in now and then and bruise our heels. I don't know if I can avoid it, and the steps I would have to take to verify someone would deter honest people from coming forward who may have very important information for us. I hate dealing with these lying, virulent parasites and their games, but it only evinces their desperation. But what do you think? Should I keep my channel more open, or should I limit presenters to only those I can first personally verify? I'm open to suggestions. Let's get to a different despicable liar. This disinformation video comes from the YouTube channel Creaky, which now has nearly 17,000 views, with only 27 thumbs down. Either 17,000 people have no problem with blatant deception, or the propaganda bots are working overtime to promote this rotten individual. I think it's the latter. As you'll see, these globe propagandists have absolutely no qualms whatsoever about deceiving you. But what's funny about this video is the fact that by Mr. Blinder claiming that I made this all up, he actually proves my point. And that's why I'm sharing his video, because it makes me laugh. Unfortunately, some of the clips are long, but I have to play them so that you can understand the deception taking place. He starts off his video by calling me a bunch of names, and he says that I sound like Kermit the Frog. Well, maybe he's right about that, but I don't need to waste my time going over the classy name calling. So let's skip ahead to his main arguments. Second, I've discussed this in other videos, and so I will cover this quickly, as many of you have already seen this. But this video you're watching of the alleged 24-hour sun in Antarctica is absolutely fraudulent, and provably so.
Well, this should be pretty interesting because generally speaking, conspiracy theories are nothing more than speculative and not based on any tangible evidence at all. In fact, the only need that gets fulfilled by believing a conspiracy theory like this is the need that conspiracy theorists have to feel in control.
I'll have a link in the description where you can look into this more.
So you state that this video is fraudulent, and provably so, and then all you're gonna do is provide a link to another one of your videos which are purely based off your own belief systems and have nothing to do with evidence or... Yeah. Because you say it's fraudulent, it's fraudulent.
But to summarize, the clouds at the beginning of the alleged 24-hour time lapse exactly match the clouds at the end of the time lapse. I'm not making any of this up. You can watch the documentary and do this yourself. Now, here are the two segments synchronized. Remember, these different clips are supposed to be separated by an entire day. As you can see, there's not one iota of difference between the clouds. If you are an honest person.
It would appear, to the more observant among us, in this case, moi, that the clouds are not the only thing that are identical in these two clips you are playing, one above the other, one labelled beginning, one labelled end. I noticed that the smoke coming from the very small chimney in the bottom left of the screen is also exactly the same. Almost as if you were deliberately misleading us. How could this be possible? If, as you say, you're an honest person.
I was shocked when I saw this the first time. Can you believe this nonsense? He is actually claiming that because I didn't also point out the fact that the smoke was the same, that I was somehow deceiving you. Thank you, Mr. Blinder, for being so observant and realizing the two segments were the same, which was my point. But you somehow entirely missed the implication of what you saw. You can't have the same clouds and the same smoke at two different times, separated by 24 hours, and thus the 24-hour sun video is fraudulent. Let's get back to Mr. Blinder's video. You must recognize the fact that it's impossible for a whole bunch of clouds to match each other exactly 24 hours later.
Unless, of course, you're just playing exactly the same clip twice and labeling one beginning, one end, and trying to make the idiots that believe what you say believe that it is, in fact, 24 hours apart.
Now, whoever created this 100% fraudulent video went to a lot of trouble to fake the Antarctic 24-hour sun.
But that was you. You faked it. And not very well. Because if I was able to spot that huge mistake you made, then so will have a lot of other people. So, nobody's trying to fake the 24-hour Antarctic sun. It's you is trying to fake that there isn't a 24-hour Antarctic sun.
Because they had to fake the shadows, the lighting, the clouds, the sun, etc.
Or, like in your case, just play exactly the same clip twice, one above the other, and claim it's 24 hours apart. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And of course, hope that nobody notices.
No, the fakery was not me, Mr. Blinder. The entire segment from the documentary was playing as you even made that patently false claim. But here it is again. This is the documentary, which you can watch for free on Amazon Prime. Here is the alleged 24-hour sun time-lapse from the documentary. I did not edit this video other than speeding it up. We're only concerned with the beginning and the end that was supposed to be 24 hours later. Here's the beginning of the time-lapse. Here's the end of the time-lapse, allegedly 24 hours later. Here are the two different segments synced together. The beginning and ending of the time-lapse, which was supposed to be separated by 24 hours, were exactly the same. An absolute impossibility. Of course, you probably already understood that, Mr. Blinder. But his claims of forgery didn't end there. Let's get back to his video. Maybe you missed it, but there was a point where the sun appeared to flash in the video. I have the clip here. I don't know what would cause this flashing. I assume a cloud could do it, or the camera had a slight malfunction, but the flashing actually happened on both day 1 and day 2.
We only have your word that these clips are actually 24 hours apart and that the flash occurred at exactly the same time. It's very simple to synchronize two video clips together and make it look as if that's what happened. It's easy. According to Flat Earthers, NASA do it all the time using CGI.
Similar to the other fraudulent Antarctic video, it seems Mr. Blinder was right in recognizing that it's a big problem for the sun to flash precisely at the same time 24 hours later with a perfectly matching sun. But was Mr. Blinder right? Do you only have my word for it? And then I manipulated the videos to make it appear as though two segments were the same through a careful application of
CGI.
Don't you just love how a sellout pays homage to the Illuminati? And this is how I know Mr. Blinder is not simply an ignorant fool because I included the entire full segment of the original video in my video before separating and analyzing the beginning and ending portions that were supposedly separated by 24 hours. He conveniently left that out. In addition, I included a link to the original video in the description and a screenshot of the original video where Mr. Blinder could have easily found and downloaded the original video and discovered the fact that I was entirely honest in my analysis. Of course, he didn't do any of that. The Lion Globe sellouts come in many shapes and sizes. I pity them, I truly do. May God help them. Thank you for watching.